At the car auctions this week, a 2010 Mazda 3 Neo 6-speed manual sedan with 135,000 Ks and the door mirror cover knocked off, but I think it was sitting inside. It had some hail damage and started at $2,500, then $2,000, and it was bid to $3,000 where it sold. This 2006 Toyota Corolla Ascent Seeker 1.8 auto hatch had 200,000 Ks on the clock. The paint wasn't great, but it did look like it had had a detail inside, and it even had sunshades in the back window. It started at $2,500 and sold for $4,000. A 2014 Ford Focus ST 6-speed manual, the 2-litre turbo with 212,000 Ks, was good inside, but the engine cover was sitting in the back. The auctioneer said, "You won't miss this one in high vis." It started at $7,000 and was referred for negotiation at $7,500, and it later came back as sold. The 2005 Land Rover Discovery 3 Tiptronic was back with 184,000 kilometres and special edition badging, a 4-litre petrol 6 and maybe broken airbag suspension. It started at $2,000, was referred at $2,350 for negotiation and later came back as sold. And the 2010 Dodge Nitro 3.7 Tiptronic was back with 185,000 Ks. I opened the bonnet to have a good look and it didn't lock it back down. Then I noticed the word hood on the dashboard, so I closed the bonnet fully in case the battery would be drained. It started at $2,000, then dropped to $1,500 and was bid to $1,900, where it was referred for negotiation with the online $2,000 bidder missing out. Plus, there was a 2011 Dodge Caliber 1.8 automatic with 183,000 Ks and the ABS light on. It didn't have the rear hatch speakers for the tailgate parties they have in the US. The Caliber started at $1,000, then went down to $800, but had no interest. The 2007 Mitsubishi 380 Series 2 Tiptronic was back with 201,000 Ks, the engine light on, a little bit of hail damage and some spilled coffee in the door. It started at $500 but had no interest. A 2007 Nissan Tiida Auto with 207,000 Ks and bluish tinted headlights was a bit knocked around and it looked to have been a health department vehicle, judging by the sticker marks on one door. It started at $1,500 and was referred at $1,600. A 2014 Holden Captiva turbo diesel Tiptronic had 188,000 kilometres and a very different place to put the key. I'm not sure why it was moved to the centre console instead of the steering wheel column. It started at $3,500, then went down to $3,000 and was referred for negotiation at $4,000. The 1996 Subaru Outback 2.5-litre auto all-wheel drive with 217,000 kilometres was back. A very clean unit, good tyres. It started at $1,000 and was referred there for negotiation, and it later came back as sold. Then there was this 2014 Mini Cooper S 2-litre turbo Tiptronic with 94,000 Ks and a standout colour. And good news, I finally managed to open the hood on one of these by pulling on the release twice, as it says. As I checked out the little rocket, there was a big jet going overhead. The whole car was clean and grade 1 condition. It started at $10,000 and was referred for negotiation at $11,750. Then it later came back as sold. A 2011 Chery J11 Auto in petrol was up. This is from the first time Chery was selling cars in Australia. The styling said 4-wheel drive, but they were all 2-wheel drive. This had 171,000 Ks and driver's door trim that didn't like anyone opening the door. It started at $1,000, higher than I expected, and there was no interest. And a 2010 Mazda BT50 turbo diesel manual with 303,000 Ks and a whole heap of tools in the back, plus the engine light on, started at $1,000 and was referred for negotiation at $1,500. And that's another week of pooling all the auction results.